What I loved about working on this project was really the opportunity to create a beautiful retreat for the family. When I was working on this project, I really was keeping the term modern camp in mind. It's a mid-century kit cottage, so it does have that little bit of modern vibe, but it's a very wooded lot, so I wanted to bring a little bit of a feeling of camp and utilities, and then a little bit of nautical and a lot of serenity. The most dramatic thing we did was the decision to paint all the cedar. I think it was the single most impactful design statement. And then I would say after that, it was all really about comfort. Having like really comfortable seating and really comfortable beds is super important in a cottage. I really like the kind of restrained color palette. It's fairly neutral, but there's a little bit of green and a little bit of yellow, which really kind of echoes the forest that's outside. As a person who's really, loves fabrics and pattern, that was a challenge for me as a designer to keep things quiet, but I think just a little bit of stripes and a touch of floral and a little bit of plaid, all of those are sort of cottage classics, but they're really used in a restrained way, and it's mostly neutral, soothing colors. I would say the real challenge with designing a cottage like this is to come up with a really versatile solution, because you want it to be warm and welcoming if there's 2 or 3 people there, or there may be 12 or 14 people there. And that was particularly important with sleeping arrangements and bedding, making sure the kids' rooms weren't too juvenile or kid-like, creating a bunkie that was welcoming to people of all ages. And then of course the dining area is huge, but it still feels intimate with just a smaller number of people. What was interesting about the dining porch is that, it is a very sort of woodsy room, and we left it unpainted, but then it has this touch of formality with a chandelier, which my client really wanted to go for because she really does have some nice big family meals there, and she wanted that sense of ceremony. And I like that blend of the formal with the woodsy. I really tried to make choices for the exterior that were also reflected in the interior design. So the stain on the outside of the cottage is that sort of dark gray, which is repeated in the fabric on the chairs. And then the exterior sling chairs that are on the porch and the dock are also kind of referencing the chairs that are inside. So the design with the colors and the materials really flows through both the interior and exterior spaces. What I loved about working on this project was whenever I went to deliver things or do a little bit of install, I felt like I was kind of having vacation and work at the same time, because it's such a beautiful setting. And I also loved seeing as it was coming together, the family would be like sprawled all over the sofa or just, chilled out in various spaces. And I was able to see along the way that it was really working and they were really enjoying it, and that's very satisfying.